No one's asked Whimsy anything at all so far, so I don't know if that's really working for chat engagement. The way I meant it to. I don't think there's any, like, call for Whimsy to start fielding questions. It's still there, in case you want to ask her something. So I've been developing a bit more lore for this particular playthrough.
No messages for you, Commander.
So I mean, for one thing, I don't think I mentioned this before, but basically, I did a Google search because I was kind of curious, like, as to the commonality of bisexuality in men versus women, and like women are supposed to be are apparently 3 times as likely to be or to identify or admit they identify for purposes of a survey that they are bisexual, so, which just proves that women are way more attractive in general than men. Or proves my hypothesis. But like bisexual people still like make up, or bisexual women I think make up like 2%, point something percent of the population. So, I mean, there's a few possibilities here for how we can justify how Whimsy is able to romance so many people at the same time. This is also like a weird thing about having like, okay, like as I said, I said before, I'm a big proponent of the player sexual approach to romance options. It offers player freedom. But then you have the concept of polyamory, which would be a good way to sort of remove the aspect of mandatory replay value. You know, that you have to like play for the entire game again to, or at least a good chunk of the game, to explore all the romances because they're all mutually exclusive. I mean, I almost think that the idea of allowing polyamory and allowing player sexual romance options are kind of in some ways mutually exclusive, because I also think that polyamory as a concept is better explored, is a more interesting prospect to explore narratively. Like, who's okay with who also dating who? Like, it could offer some flavor to the experience, whereas making a character just straight, for example, like that's vanilla. It's not that interesting. They're like the majority of the population. But anyway, the problem with having polyamory and also player sexual characters is what we see here. Actually, you know, everyone happens to be either gay, happens to be gay for Whimsy. Let's just put it in the simplest terms. Everyone is gay for Whimsy. The only one who isn't gay for Whimsy is Garrus, who is straight for Whimsy. But I guess with the caveat of her being trans, you know. So he might be slightly gay for Whimsy. Granted, not all men who are attracted to trans women are necessarily gay. Um, Disclaimer there, but yeah, like it gets like that idea gets a little ridiculous, and I fully acknowledge that. But the purpose is kind of for me to experience and showcase all of the romances that I particularly care about, um, in a single playthrough. I'm not sure if I actually intend to ever play the Mass Effect trilogy again, at least not for some time. Maybe the next remaster they do, or if they do a straight up remake, I would definitely play that. Because I've already played this like 1 2/3 times on stream, and then a fair number of times before I started streaming, and then I've watched Warrunner play it a couple times. He did like a war run of it, and he did a review of the trilogy. Like playing with all these mods is, and hopefully getting the poly romance to actually like work with the save editor in the third game is going to leave me pretty satisfied with, unless I come up with like a really interesting way to idea for a path for the trilogy, for an additional playthrough, I'm probably not going to play it again on stream. Like that's just the fact of it. There's lots of new games coming out all the time, and then there's other games that just, I don't know, have more role playing potential than this. Like, again, I'm possibly gonna be replaying Fallout 4 and Cyberpunk this year when I already did them earlier this year, but like Fallout 4 because I didn't explore all the content because I inadvertently locked myself out of like 2/3 of it, by beelining it to the Institute. But that still kind of pisses me off. But anyway, I'm getting way sidetracked here. But yeah, so my way of kind of headcanoning how this works could be one of two things. I guess take your pick. One is that society, at least human society in particular, has progressed to a point where sexual orientation doesn't really even matter anymore. Like, everyone's cool with everything, at least to try everything, and that's just the way things are. That there may still be some evidence to the contrary of that, like, at least in like what we see, like the girl who got killed by Morinth mentioned that when she started getting enraptured with Morinth, she asked herself if she was a freak, which might imply there's still some degree of to which homosexuality isn't exactly normal, or completely normalized in society. So I mean, clearly, like the design intent was to have everyone have their own sexuality and preferences. Also, it's interesting. Like people, there was a friend in the Mass Effect group, one of the Mass Effect groups, that I'm subscribed to on Facebook that basically like said that Tally should have been romanceable, and a lot of people were arguing like, oh well, Jack should have been romanceable because that was clearly cut content. But like I think Tally and and Miranda are also like technically cut content. I don't know because we have voice lines for Shepherd, female Shepherd, that are like clearly many of them are like meant for the romance options. I don't know about male shepherd. I'm never gonna play a bi or gay male shepherd. Um, I mean, it might be the only reason I ever try to replay this is to maybe have a male shepherd with a Talia romance, just to have it be fully voiced. Because I'm pretty sure in Mass Effect 3 it's not going to be fully voiced, just because they probably had committed to the idea of characters having specific sexualities. Anyway, yeah. The other idea that I have, which may be easier to swallow in general, um, is that this is just an alternate future or alternate reality entirely, where bisexuality is actually kind of normal. And we just, I guess we had to set aside the line uh, from the girl who was killed by Morn about being a freak, because I mean, also, you know, I guess the third possibility is that Whimsy is just incredibly lucky to have ended up with a crew where like the majority of the women are either gay or bi, or fourth option, she's just that charming and sexy and, and attractive and just everyone discovers that they somehow have an attraction to her. Also, they're all okay with polyamory, which is another thing. But anyway, okay. Uh, Getting past that, um, uh, more relevant to the overall plot and what I'm going for. So while while Whimsy was basically searching for information on on how to like safely have sex with Tally, um, she stumbled across a, a the extranet site for a company which I'm not sure what they're going to be called. Maybe Reproduct Tech. I'm not sure, but really rolls off my tongue correctly. It could also just be reproductive technologies. I don't know. Anyway, basically, the idea is that I had is that there's a company that basically specializes in uh, in technologies in uh, genetic technologies and such that basically help to facilitate um, the ability for people who can't have children, or couples that can't have children for one reason or other, be they interspecies, uh, or or gay, or one of them happens to have, you know, sterility issues or what have you. Um, they hope to facilitate like various options, like including adoption. Like my idea is that at least on the adoption end, they it's very it's like powered by VI that can kind of match you with a with an adoptable child that is like a species or temperament that you might want, um, or even appearance that you might want. Um, but beyond that, they also have basic technology to allow, um, like I guess like some of the simpler things they could do, relatively speaking, is like they could allow a lesbian couple to um, like a lesbian couple, like they could one of them can get pregnant from the other, just by uh, taking DNA from one egg from one of them and extracting extracting the DNA from one egg and then using like an artificial sperm to kind of uh, or heck, just taking the DNA in general and creating a bunch of artificial sperm based on random combinations of that DNA, and like in vitro or whatever, to and then potentially even make each other pregnant and be pregnant at the same time if that's what they want. Um, Although at least I guess normally they can only have girls because they only have the two X chromosomes. Um, but there may be ways of converting an X chromosome into a Y chromosome. I don't know. I'm not a geneticist. I'm just speculating on what might be possible, um, given the proper research and technology. Um, like, and for men, they can either like synthesize eggs or like men would require a surrogate, to, but they could do something very similar. Um, um, but for interspecies couples, um, it depends. Um, because like if we're talking about like a like if for example, uh, if hmm, okay, if for example, uh, let's just say Femshep and Garrus like wanted a child, that would not really be possible at all. Um, like they could facilitate something, but it wouldn't necessarily be what they do. Basically, what they do is mainly involves the humanoid races, which would be, from memory, humans, obviously, Asari, uh, probably Drell, um, and Quarians. Um, and effectively, what they do is they use like whatever genome research they can find, or conduct themselves. Um, I would assume that the Quarians have like a record of their own genome that they've kept with them, because it seems like it might be important to have, the a Quarian genome project that they would take with them in case they need to, you um, they have like population issues, um, or whatever. Um, I don't know. they would take a fair amount of their scientific research with them, and this company has gotten access to it because I suppose there are, and could be in the future, a fair number of Orion humanoid couples. So like the idea is basically that they create a map of which gene combinations result in particular distinguishing superficial traits, like mostly in the face. So I don't know if Orions actually had different eye colors or they're just different shades of whitish gray. I think as far as like as we can see in the games, they're all their eyes are just kind of glowing white more or less. Although in this case, there's a little more detail thanks to the mod. But let's say it's like for the sake of argument that some of them may have like a slight color to them, particularly if hey, what's going on here? Why am I doing this? Ah, my body's bending in an unnatural way. Let me see if I can. Hey, this should fix it, maybe. Okay, there we go. But let's say like unclouded by the mask and everything, their eyes actually have like you get a subtle coloration on top of the white glow that might be detectable. So like if there are like a bluish aspect to their eye, to some of their eyes, then they could be like, okay, like that's a bluish eye color, or you know, the big lips or small lips, or a big nose or a small nose, you know, whatever anatomical features of the face are analogous. They could be like, okay, you know, these are things we can identify and be like, okay, you know, and basically match it up. So, you know, this is a human gene that results in a certain nose shape, or these are the genes in a human that result in a certain nose shape, and here are the corresponding genes in the Corian DNA that result in a similar nose shape, and we can basically correlate these things and be like, okay, you know, so if you want to produce a child that that can combine in some semi-random way the identifying traits from each of the partner's genes, you can effectively like convert a number of features from human to Quarian and vice versa. And the result is ultimately going to be either a Quarian child or a human child. It's not going to be a hybrid because, I mean, they might be doing some theoretical and simulatory research into possible ways to create hybrids, but it's probably not going to be viable for certain races at all, like especially Quarians, because different protein chains. Again, I don't know a whole lot about genetics, but I would assume that it just wouldn't work. But basically, they could create like they could take one of the Quarian's eggs and basically use the conversion data from the trace of a human to produce sperm that will carry some of the distinguishing features of the human converted to Quarian. Along with some of the some like just generic Quarian DNA data for everything else. And they have to be, of course, they have to be fairly careful with it to make sure that like that it doesn't create something like freakish. I'm not sure if I call it eugenics. It's just genetics. It's the idea of being able to I guess it might be a form of eugenics, but it's like the bad kind of eugenics. They're just like trying to create children who resemble their parents when their parents are different species. An incompatibility issue is obviously that distinguishing features are, for some species, are entirely different. Like, you can't combine the distinguishing features of a Turian and a human. That just wouldn't work. I guess eye color, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, let's but okay, so as I say, the company that is investing in researching these possibilities, and I mentioned earlier that they're just their market is somewhat niche, but they also like are more broadly about helping people who cannot naturally have babies together have babies together. Be they adopted or in to some degree engineered. But anyway, Whimsy has decided to invest in the tech, or in the company. Partly out of interest and partly out of also wanting to potentially have a say in how they're conducting their research to ensure that it's actually done ethically. Wait, save the crashing ship. Huh. Now let's finally go after the Shadow Broker. And in case you hadn't noticed, we're using mods to be able to romance Talia's Fabishab. And romance is about everybody else. We haven't brought Tally with us in a while. Okay.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. So, what can I do for you?
I know you're looking for the Shadow Broker. Cerberus gave me data on where to find him. Interested?
Absolutely. I had no idea. Let me see what you've got. It looks like a leaked transmission between Shadow Broker operatives. Some hints as to the location and... It's about Farron. He's still alive.
Your friend? The one who helped recover my body from the Shadow Broker?
The same. He sacrificed himself to save me. I'd never found anything suggesting he was alive. After 2 years, I hadn't even dreamed.
Sounds like you and Farron were close.
It's funny. He betrayed me more than once. He was double dealing for Cerberus, for the Shadow Broker. But in the end, he sacrificed himself for me. I owe him.
Any friend of yours is a friend of mine. What's the next step?
I don't know. I need to prepare, to think. I'm going home. Use my terminal if you need any local intel.
You okay?
I've spent 2 years plotting revenge. Now I have the chance to make it a rescue.
Let me help. I'll come by your apartment.
Okay. Hopefully I'll have a plan by then.
Sure, why we're not going together other than the plot requires us to. There's no further intel available. Cool.
Does living at a higher altitude make you more intelligent? Our report may surprise you. New data commissioned by the Architectural Unit has noted a correlation between
Alright,
tested
I think it's this way.
item habitat. The news comes as new homes ranging from studio apartments to spacious rooftop mansions.
You can tell how much of a nerd I am by how much fun I put into the idea of
By the stars, your skin looks amazing. You're not using biotics to touch things up, are you? Actually, I just tried Exeter, the Waxoderm moisturizing
I
cleanser.
don't know. That still sounds like an awful thing to legalize.
All the dangers are right.
Okay, listen, give Thax a full refund. Do you hear me? He knows. I don't know how. It doesn't matter. Credit him a full refund now. And then get your ass someplace safe.
I already told you we're taking Tally and Garrus.
Seal off those trace samples and get them back to the lab.
We got multiple shots fired. Yeah, techs are going over the place now.
Central, we got an open carrier on this end. Switching to a coded relay.
What's going on?
This area is sealed off. Please step back, ma'am.
Sealed off? Why?
Someone tried to kill your friend, Commander Shepard. Thank you, officer. Your people are dismissed.
You can't do that.
Already done. Tila Vasir, Special Tactics and Recon.
A Spectre?
I heard your status was reinstated. Good. You're one of our most famous operatives. Might even get you to sign my chest plate. So, I assume you had business with your friend this evening, Commander.
Liara was following a lead on the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker. Dangerous enemy to have.
What are the facts so far?
About 25 minutes ago, someone took a shot at T'Soni. Note the bullet holes. She stuck around for almost 4 minutes before leaving the building. Whatever she was doing was important.
If Liara isn't here, where is she?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be sifting through her crap. There's no blood, no body. It looks like T'Soni got away. The sniper didn't plan on her kinetic barrier. Clever girl. Paranoid, but clever.
Did the police find anything when they arrived?
Just the mess and the bullet holes. I gave them a gold star for finding the bullet holes.
Liara was expecting me. She would have left a message here. Her office wasn't safe.
I'm not surprised. Ilium is just Omega with expensive shoes. I haven't found anything useful for tracking her down yet. You knew T'Soni better than I do. Where would she have hidden her backups?
Let me take a look around.
The rifle used to do that wasn't standard issue. The kinetic barrier deflected the shots, but they still managed to penetrate the glass.
It's part of my old armor.
Looks like someone didn't like you much either. Don't worry, Commander. We'll find her. A doctorate from the University of Ceres, Avanthesia. She's getting good use out of all that education. Yeah, that's not the Asari homeworld. I'm not sure what planet that is.
It's Ilos.
The picture changed when you touched it. It must be keyed to your ID. What does it show now?
It's a Prothean dig site. Liara did leave a message.
There are a few Prothean-looking objects around the apartment. Let's see what we can find. Those things must be worth a fortune. She was certainly into ugly. No offense.
Basir, I've got something here.
Backup disk. Let's try it on her terminal.
Is that a comment on
Looks like
me?
She recorded a call.
What have you got for me, Sagat?
It was tricky, but you paid for the best. I can narrow it down to a cluster, maybe even a system.
How soon can you have it?
Shouldn't take long. Come to my office. Barrier Frontiers in the Dracon Trade Center. Gotta say though to Sony, you're making me a little nervous. How big is the trouble that could come out of this?
Relax, Sagat. I'll see you in a few hours.
This must be important. The Shadow Broker's people already tried to kill her once.
I know where the Dracon Trade Center is. My car's outside.
Let's go.
The Barrier Frontiers offices are located on the 3rd floor. I don't hear police chatter. We must have missed the party.
Liara's in there!
Keela.
Hey, she does say something.
They just took out 3 floors to make sure she's dead. I'll grab this Sky car and seal off the building from the top.
I'll start down here and work my way up.
Just leave some for me.
I probably just used a clip from her existing dialogue.
What happened?
A bomb? I think.
Was it a bomb? What happened?
You think?
Who are you? What's going on?
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite bomb site in the Citadel. Hey.
Please exit the building in an orderly fashion. Emergency power engaged.
Serving industry for over 120 years, the Dracon Trade Center takes pride in being the home to Ilium's corporate elite.
Basir, the elevators are out and building security is down.
No alarms, no police. Very professional.
And Elso Ashland Energy are serving you better.
Barrier Frontier employee. Looks like he got caught in the explosion.
I wouldn't take any bets onto Sony's informant surviving that blast.
Set bombs, killing everyone.
Casualty here. Looks like he's got bullet wounds. Watch yourself, Basir. They used military-grade hardware.
Bullet wounds. Guess this was more than just an explosion.
Life isn't about arriving. It's about the ride along the way. At ME2, every vehicle is an island of style and an engine for freedom. ME2 Transportation. Enjoy the ride.
Time's wasted. Let's hack some shit. There's no time to lose. Let's take him up to hack some shit. There we go. That's closer to what I meant to say.
Exor Shipping is the leading industry authority on resource logistics and management. We are committed to providing clients with secure, affordable, and efficient solutions to all their
Basir, I found a military-grade explosive device. It hasn't been armed.
Sloppy work. You use that kind of hardware when you don't have time to plan.
Basir, I'm at the Barrier Frontiers office. Liara signed in just a few minutes ago.
Understood, Commander.
Welcome to Barrier Frontiers. Let us be your guide to living this world.
Get ready to fight.
Basir! I'm pinned down! Mark! They're well armed!
Say hello to the Shadow Broker's private army, Commander.
On what you need, when you need it. Barrier
Just do. Alright. Why are you using... What kind of an idiot uses rockets in close quarters?
Firing a high impact shot.
Wow, this...
Weapons ready. Deploying combat drone.
Hell, you're in the line of fire. Can't quite see for the smoke.
Moving to cover.
This should slow him down.
Combat drone away.
Really?
Vizier, these damaged pipes are on fire. They're blocking the stairs.
Look first.
Got it. Should be clear now.
Good. I'm on my way down.
Finder in place. Repositioning.
Ahead of us.
I'll take it.
Damn it. If I'd have been a few seconds faster, I could have stopped them.
Is this the cat?
Must have been.
No No sign of that data Liara talked about. Looks like a dead end.
Speaking of which, did you find your friend's body?
You mean this body?
Liara? Something I should know?
This is the woman who tried to kill me.
You've had a rough day, so I'll let that slide. Why don't you put that gun down?
I saw you. I doubled back after I left. I watched you break into my apartment.
You didn't know where Liara went because she hid the message. You needed me to find it for you.
Thanks for the help.
Once she had my location, she signaled the Shadow Broker's forces. They bombed the building to take me out. She found Sakat, took his data, and killed him. I'm guessing she's still got the disc on her.
Good guess. Not that you'll ever see what's on it. You pure blood pest!
We've got biotic abilities that we never see anywhere else in the game. Thanks.
Trouble.
I learned it from you.
Firing a high impact shot.
Learned it from the best.
Casualty.
Damn it.
Scratch one.
Where are we going? Where are we going? I have to go up? Oh, here around the corner. Oh, down. Yeah. Makes sense.
She's getting away.
One less to worry about.
That was a little sloppy. Anyone else? You? Okay.
There we go.
How many of you are there? Oh, they're doing a naked gunplay. Like coming up on the least favorite part of the.
I'm fine, by the way. Thanks for asking.
Come on, she's getting away.
There she is. Hang a right. No wait, left.
I'm on her.
Hang a left. She's around the corner.
I noticed.
We're not going into the construction site, are? I'm not letting her escape with that data. Damn it!
Oh, fuck you. I hate this entire sequence.
I'm not letting her escape with that data. Go, 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 go!
I'm going!
She's getting away. Traffic! Oncoming traffic!
Screw you. Oh, for fuck's sake!
I'm not letting her escape with that data. Go, 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 go!
I'm going!
Traffic! Oncoming traffic!
Oh, you! I hate this!
I'm not
I
letting
hate
her
it
escape
so
with that data.
much! I do not like car chases.
Go, 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 go!
I'm going!
They're just so gut-wrenching.
Traffic! Oncoming traffic!
We'll be...
I'm just fucking going!
Turn.
And I have to fucking mute myself because I'm so...
Go, 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 go!
I'm going!
Traffic! Oncoming traffic!
We'll be fine.
She's dropping proximity charges.
I noticed.
She's got reinforcements!
What kind of guns does this thing have?
It's a taxi. It has a fare meter.
Wonderful.
Truck!
I know.
Truck!
I know! There we go.
You're enjoying this.
Sort of?
A head-on collision at this speed.
Yeah, I hear they could be bad.
Truck!
Again?
Watch out.
Okay. Just need to get laser focused. We'll be fine.
I've crashed on Azure. Get me some damn backup.
We passed the hard part.
There's Vizier's car. Come on, she can't have gotten far. Watch out. They're dropping reinforcements in to slow us down. They've blocked the door. Watch out, flooded. Shooting. My target's down.
Form up!
Hey, go Chica!
Damn it. I should probably customize the with kind of chance.
Neutralize the drone.
Some more?
Shield your eyes. Enemies incoming. Watch out, flashbangs. Enjoy the ride. One down.
At all? No. Maybe. Damn it.
Come on, we can climb over to get to Vizier's car.
There we go. There's some ammo. Yeah, let's... Okay, we're going this way. I don't think I would even consider,
What kind of hotel is this?
Azure. It's a luxury resort with an exotic edge. Azure is slang for a part of the Asari body in some areas of Ilium.
Where?
Mainly the lower reaches, near the bottom.
I meant, where on the Asari body?
So did I.
Hey, we're unarmed. We didn't see anything.
This might be useful.
I should maybe even reiterate. This is a little off topic. I'll stay here if I have time while I'm moving. Walk and talk.
She's lost a lot of blood. We have to be getting close.
She's tough, I know that much.
She's a specter.
I don't know if I can talk about it right now. It's not really pertinent to anything. But I wouldn't call it what... I still wouldn't call what I'm having my shepherd look into in order to have children with quote-unquote natural children with Tally would be eugenics. At least not like in the traditional sense of like, oh, trying to make the ultimate person. It's just I probably went into way too much detail. It's just mapping genomes to allow for the creation of a child that will have distinguishing features borrowed from both parents. Okay, I think it's for here. Maybe. Maybe not. No, it's not for here. Just happens to be a weapons locker here. There we go.
Vizier, it's over.
Hey you! Come here. What's your name?
Mariana.
Mariana. You want to live, don't you? Tell those people that you want to live.
Please.
We'll get you out of here safely, Mariana.
Well, that's good to hear. All you had to do was walk away. Now it gets ugly.
Please, I have a son.
A son? I hope he gets to see you again. I've heard losing a parent is just horrific for children. Scars them for life.
I'm going to end you, Vizier.
It's okay, Liara. We'll handle it the usual way.
You want Mariana's little boy to grow up without a mommy, Shepherd? Thermoclips on the ground now. Power cells too.
Is that it?
What?
Vizier, I sacrificed hundreds of human lives to save the Destiny Ascension. I unleashed the Rachni on the galaxy. So for your sake, I hope your escape plan doesn't hinge on me hesitating to shoot a damn hostage.
You're bluffing.
Now, Liara. You've been spotted.
Here's what a real specter can do. Nothing's faster than turning up our paws.
Yeah, I don't know if this is really going to work with my particular strategy. Because she, like, moves around rather rapidly. By the time I even get a lock on her.
Here's what a real specter can do.
Watch out, shockwave. Unravel.
Can you keep up? Having trouble? Come and get me.
There.
Catch
Catch me if you can. Having trouble?
Stay back, sharp.
Stay sharp.
Sorry, that's how I.
Back in a bit. Have fun.
Really?
Watch out.
Ads?
One down.
Well, I guess that's it.
Hey, back off, Chatika!
If they're ads. Maybe if they get to give it a chance to reload.
Miss me? Having trouble? Having trouble?
Audio spam, always fun.
Maybe check your This will be fun. Come and get me. Get in here and kill Shepard, damn it.
Enemies incoming. My target's down. Next.
Enemy combat.
There's a... Where's the... Oh, yeah.
I'll finish you myself. Can you keep up?
Nothing faster than Chatika paws.
Catch me if you can. Surprise!
She's a vanguard.
Maybe Spectre upset? How much fire? Catch me if you can. See ya.
Once we get past the barrier, that's game for her.
Oh, damn it! Damn it!
Sakat's personal data pad. This has what we need to find the Shadow Broker.
You're dead. The Shadow Broker has been in power for decades. He's stronger than anything you've ever faced.
Is that why you sold out the Council to work for him?
You think I betrayed the Council? Like Saren? Go to hell. The Broker's given me damn good intel over the years. Intel that saved lives and kept the Citadel safe. So if the Broker needs a few people to disappear, I'll pay that price without hesitation.
Spectres don't blow up buildings filled with innocent people.
Sure we do. We get our hands dirty so the Council doesn't have to. The Councilors might complain about our methods to soothe their consciences, but they never look too closely. Besides, you're with Cerberus. You have any idea what your terrorist friends have done?
I know who they are and what they've done. It doesn't matter.
I think it does. You want to judge me? Look in the mirror. Kidnapping kids for biotic death camps? Killing Alliance admirals who ask questions. And you're with them. Don't you dare judge me.
For now.
Don't you?
Eliminate Sony and casualties not a concern.
Vizier's dead.
I'm putting the data through to the Normandy's computers. We can be at the
I'm
Shadow
not
Broker's
responsible
base
for
in
their
a few
dirty
hours.
work.
He'll know about Vizier before long. If he decides to kill Farron.
We'll get Farron out of there alive, Liara. I promise.
I know. You're here to help. Just like always.
That's not a good thing?
When we first met on Therum, you saved me from the Geth. You fought a Krogan battlemaster while I cowered. Now you're doing it again. And I'm still leaning on you for help.
That's what friends do, Liara.
I can get us there based on Sakat's data. The Normandy's stealth drive will keep them from detecting us. The Shadow Broker's agents are still shooting their way through Ilium. With luck, they won't notice we've left until it's too late.
It's a little cold. They killed innocent people.
You know what I mean.
Do I? When I hit the ground back at the trade center, you went after Vizier without a backward look.
A little fall wasn't going to kill you. I had to stay on Vizier. I had to stay rational, make the call, like I did with Sakat.
That's Vizier's fault, not yours.
Sakat had no idea what the stakes were. I put him in harm's way to get the data I needed. I got him killed. And I'd do it again. But from here on out, things will be simple. Get in, get Farron, get out. And kill anyone who tries to stop us.
That's it?
That's it.
We just stop for a second? We'll be jumping several light years. There's time to talk.
About what?
About us.
Shepard, listen, I'm glad you're here.
You worried there might be terminals you need me to hack?
That's not fair. You were dead.
I came back.
Yes, you came back. And now Garrus is doing a lot more than just calibrating the Normandy's guns.
Okay.
Look, Shepard, I'm an information broker. I learn things.
Is he though?
Look, for now, let's focus on getting Farron back.
Fine.
Is that aspect of the multi-romance mod not quite working? I mean, granted, I have some idea that she would be dealing with a degree of jealousy here. And look, there's gonna be a lot of off-screen aspects because simply by the virtue of the fact that polyamory isn't built into the game. Yeah, she wouldn't. She probably would bring up Garrus, like normally here. But I think like also the gay romance options too, which wouldn't I wouldn't expect them at all to be. But I would hopefully this is just an oversight on the part of the guy or girl who designed the multi-romance mod. Hopefully it doesn't mean like we're completely pulled out. Granted, I don't want to spoil too much. But I will say, like, for the record, her words to us were not about Garrus. They were probably about Tally. Because she knew about our feelings for her. Like, way back. It's off-screen role-playing, but basically sometime between Mass Effect 1 and 2, and the intro to 2, we confessed our crush on Tally, and she seemed cool with it at the time. But like, somebody say we still have feelings for Liara, because we're. But it's also very confused by the way Liara is acting now. Like, you're being very un-Liara, Liara.
Oceans boil during the day, then snap freeze 10 minutes after sundown.
The Shadow Broker lives in this?
His ship follows the sunset, completely undetectable in the storm, unless you know where to look.
How do we get inside?
The shuttle bay is locked down. We'll need to land on the ship and hunt for a hatch. But we can't stay outside for long. There's a constant lightning storm where the hot and cold air collide.
Well, she may have also brought up Garrus too. I mean, she may have brought up everyone.
It's hard to pinpoint in this lightning, but
there could be a degree to which, like, you told me you were polyamorous, but this is a little ridiculous. It's like, look, I missed you, and I required, like, how many partners to replace her? Maybe you should take that as a compliment. And it wasn't really my intention, but let's see, like, there's, oh god. Dare I count how many people she's romanced in this game alone? There's Tally, there's Garrus, there's Miranda, there's Jack, there's Kelly. Oh my god, that is actually 5 people. Actually, I don't know about that. If Whimsy should use the word replace in this context. The substitute? I also have to wonder if in war, considering that I intend for all the love scenes that would happen toward the end of the game to be spread out, just because it makes more sense that way. If she's already, like, done the deed with one of them at least, and it could be the Garrus. I don't know. So I think I won't talk about the aftermath of that until
signals from a communications array
we
near
get
the
there.
back of the ship. There's nothing below but maintenance equipment. We have to find an entrance.
But
near the
I
back
will
chute.
say that some of the love scenes will be flashbacks, basically. I mean, like, I don't think Kelly won't be one of them for reasons. But like 4 sessions of 4 different people, like seemingly back to back, would be a little much, even for Whimsy. Also, as I mentioned earlier, having Tally do that just before the suicide mission doesn't really make a lot of sense, even if she is our one and only.
Maintenance drones.
Why are they attacking?
They must think we're debris from the storm.
Nothing's
My
faster
target's
than
down.
the tick of a hog.
That's Tally. Alright. I guess it makes sense that she bring up Garrus though, because like that's, I think, the only legit romance that we're doing that isn't added by a mod.
Careful. Those capacitors discharge built-up lightning.
Thanks for the tip.
Shepard, try firing at the capacitors. Enjoy the ride.
Although I think the other thing that we might be a little sore about would be the fact that we haven't like consulted her about our additional partners, because that would be part of the rules, and that would be a rule that we've broken. Just because like though Whimsy would also be like, well, I haven't exactly had a way to be in touch with you. I mean, maybe we have, technically. I don't know. We just like fly to Ilium, like, okay, like we're thinking of starting a relationship with this person. And this person, and this other person. And we kind of accidentally fell in love with Miranda.
I'll hit the mech system. Nice.
It would be kind of shitty though if our romancing Garrus is the one thing keeping us from romancing Liara. Because I mean, the mod was designed, the multi-romance mod was designed for Legendary Edition, so it should include Liara. So it feels weird that like if we're treating this as if we were like treating this as a healthy polyamorous relationship for all parties involved, that she would be that concerned about Garrus. just endless clouds.
Hostiles detected.
Go for the opposite.
I think it's a little weird that she didn't mention Kelly.
This ship is incredible. It must have taken decades to build in secret.
I wonder what happened to
Kelly
the
would be the one
contractors.
person that.
I think we can guess. Navigating this storm is brutal. If the ship's engines stop, even for a moment, at least the Shadow Broker would go down with us.
That's comforting.
Motion dampeners. I bet you can't even hear the storm from inside the ship.
We've been spotted.
Taking cover.
Watch the Asari.
Okay. Oh, the other Asari.
Moving in.
One. Target's down.
Oh, okay, that was a little too close to us.
Marking mark.
I'll say this much. We are having, like, when we confess our polyamory to, our polyamorous tendencies to Yara in the past, it you know, like, it was all hypothetical.
Hostile spotted. Watch for biotics.
And only potentially involving one partner who may or may not be attracted to us as well. So, you know, it was super hypothetical. So now she's having the process that, like, not only is Whimsy now with the one person that was discussed, but with, like, 4 other people on top of that. Or it'll be like, I didn't think you were in the. Oh, you said you weren't in the men. And I'm like,
Incoming.
it wasn't in the human men.
No shoot.
It would also be funny if this were a conversation we were having, like, as we were doing all of this.
Watch the Asari.
Yeah, what the hell? Why? There we go. Why can't I... Sorry. Sorry, Tally. I didn't know you were not paying flying the fire. Or lightning.
The biotics. This should slow them down.
Why am I not hitting them?
Shield your eyes. This lightning rod is on a rare. Do you see a switch?
I think I do.
Not even a guardrail. I bet the broker's agents love patrolling the hull.
At least the view is nice. There! That hatch leads directly to the communication signals. It's locked. Hang on, I've got a bypass shunt program that can crack it.
So he's holding down the fort.
How long will it take?
I don't know, Shepard. I've never broken into the Shadow Broker's base before. Well, not this one anyway.
This should soften them up.
Hold the line!
You sure that shunt is working?
It's illegal even on Ilium. It didn't come with a warranty.
But you tested it, right?
Here come more of them.
Tell me you tested it.
No time to talk. Enjoy the ride.
Help!
I'm sure it won't be much longer.
Remember the old days when you could just slap Omnigel on everything?
That security upgrade made a lot of people unhappy. Look out, more on the way.
Which direction? Oh, that direction. Okay.
Enemy biotics on the field.
ship.
Moving around so much.
Their attacks are disorganized. They'd be more effective if they all attacked at once.
Please don't give the mercs ideas.
Seeking cover.
The next wave looks like a big one.
You just had to give them tactical advice.
But now there'll be fewer left to deal with inside.
Yeah, keep dreaming, Sony.
Watch the biotic.
Kelly!
Watch the Asari. There, the hatch is open.
I'm gonna take it back for break. Shortly.
You've been spotted.
Really?
How many guards do the Shadow Broker have?
Told you.
Hold your positions no matter the cost.
Oh yeah, maybe. Go ahead. Take it back to break here. Be back in a few. And we're back.
Watch out!
Copy, LOS.
Oh, come out wherever you are.
Weapons ready.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
This should be the closing ring.
Next.
You're not giving me a good.
Shoot your eyes.
Yeah. Cool, we got past this wave of enemies.
I've downloaded the ship's layout. We're headed toward the prison block. And Farron.
Oh, okay. Your spear is like. Where's my.
Watch out! That's not my throat!
Thanks for the warning, Tali. What the hell? What's the point of cover quick? It's having cover, but it doesn't protect us.
Farron.
Liara?
Hold on. We're getting you out of here.
No.
Farron.
All right.
What the hell is the broker trying to do to you?
The equipment is sensitive to tampering. This chair plugs into the broker's info network. You have to shut off the power. Pull me out now and my brain cooks.
Do you know where we can cut the power?
It won't be easy. You'll have to go to Central Operations.
Alright, just going back to backtracking to what I was talking about what eugenics is not at all what we're talking about with regard to it increased the occurrence of heritable characteristics is desirable, which is kind of, but kind of it maybe, but not exactly. You know, if you consider the desire to be having a child that resembles their parents, or resembles both of their parents.
What's the point of this cage?
I don't...
It's a neural grounding rod. The medical equipment is to make sure he doesn't expire. We have to shut this place down.
My next installment during the intro, I'll try to like... I mean, granted, it was somebody who came in the middle of it, but I do want to simplify what I was...
What's the point of this cage?
I don't...
Okay.
It's a neural grounding rod. The medical equipment is to make sure he doesn't expire.
I think I already heard that. I
we
was
have to shut this place down.
distracted. There we go.
Where did the broker get the mercs?
Raised his own private force. They're completely loyal.
Okay.
Shepard, we really don't have the time.
Easy or not, we're all getting out of here.
Good. Central Operations is down the hall. You know the Shadow Broker's waiting for you, right?
I'm counting on it.
We'll be back for you, Farron.
I'll try not to go anywhere.
I want all teams to Outpost C.
Get an LOS. Paint the marks.
Shield your eyes. Hostile spotted.
Closing.
Watch
Really?
this way.
Damn it.
Have LOS.
Really? No quest arrow? Okay.
Here for the drill. Reckless, even for you, Commander.
That bombing on Ilium wasn't exactly subtle.
Extreme, but necessary.
No, it wasn't. Neither was caging Farron for 2 years.
Dr. Tassoni, your interference caused all this. Farron betrayed me when he handed you Shepard's body. The Drell is simply paying the price.
Someone was bound to come after you for working with the Collectors.
It was a mutually beneficial partnership. Your arrival is convenient. The Collector's offer still stands.
It'll be pretty hard to run a base this size with no crew.
They're replaceable. Your arrival is barely an interruption. Enough talk. My operations are too crucial to be compromised by a traitor.
You're quite confident for someone with nowhere left to hide.
You travel with fascinating companions, Doctor. I'm surprised you brought the quarry into Sony. Your supposed leadership on Haystrom got most of her team killed.
You're not putting a hand on anyone.
It's pointless to challenge me, Asari. I know your every secret, while you fumble in the dark.
Is that right? You're a Yogg, a pre-spaceflight species quarantined to their homeworld from massacring the Council's first contact teams. This base is older than your planet's discovery, which probably means you killed the original Shadow Broker 60 years ago, then took over. I'm guessing you were taken from your world by a trophy hunter who wanted a slave. Or a pet. How am I doing? The shield's kinetically sensitive. Energy and projectiles are bouncing off.
Then we do this the hard way.
Hit him now!
Round 2.
Watch out. This should slow them down.
Like a great boss fight, but they tried.
If you can get him to bring up that shield again, I've got an idea.
Round 3. have no idea when the Paragon prompt is supposed to happen, if it will happen at all.
It disrupted communications momentarily.
However, we are now back online. Resume standard procedures.
I want a status report on all operations within the next solar day.
Shadow Broker out.
Goddess of Oceans. It's you. You... How?
Well, everyone who's ever seen him in person is dead. So...
You're the new Shadow Broker.
Is taking over as the Shadow Broker really a good idea?
It was either that or lose everything. His contacts, his trading sources, those will really help us. With the Shadow Broker's information network, I can give you... I can...
I'll check the power systems.
Maybe the Paragon prompt is still here. I'm hoping.
It's over. It's finally. For 2 years.
It's all right.
It's been 2 years. I don't... We're different people. You have your mission and...
There we go.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
But... we should focus. Let's see what our options are. No safe.
It really bad if you miss that prompt.
It's like he never anticipated anyone but himself being here. And it's all ours.
You sure you want to stay here? I could use you on the Normandy.
I have to stay here. We can't pass this up, Shepard. All I wanted was to rescue Farron, but is it wrong that part of me wants this? With the Shadow Broker's network, I can help you.
And not die on the
Maybe I can
suicide
turn
mission.
This operation into something better.
Yeah, that's actually something that has occurred to me fairly recently. Because my first impression, I think I may have mentioned this, is that they just maybe underestimated how many players loved Liara and how much they wanted to see her like return as a fully playable character in part of the crew in Mass Effect 2. But I think the problem they may have had is that they actually had plans for her in Mass Effect 3. Maybe like one of the only plans they had for Mass Effect 3. Or at least the only one they stuck to. And they're like, well, we can't have her be part of the crew because we have this big idea that every single member of the crew is going to be expendable in terms of the overall plot. Including the returning cast of Garrus and Tali. And who cares about Garrus and Tali? Except for everybody. Yeah, if I had to bet, that's probably it. That was just like they wanted her to be over there. And they maybe even planned this DLC to make up for it because they knew how popular she was.
Don't be a stranger this time.
Small chance of that. Come back soon.
But I think the fact that Tali left us alone just speaks to her. The idea that, at least in this universe, as it were, that she is okay with us being with Liara. There's still a question of how okay Liara is with us being with other people in general. Now here's something coming up. I'm not sure if it's gonna be.
What's this?
That's the old broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
Yeah, like a comment I made on a Facebook post. By the way, my biggest advice for anyone who maybe is thinking of using Facebook or returning to Facebook, or anyone who does use Facebook but doesn't like certain aspects of Facebook, like how it tends to like promote content that makes you angry or something. The thing is, if you see something on Facebook that makes you angry or invokes negative emotions in you, don't engage it. Just don't react to it in any way. Don't like it. Don't hate. Do the hate emoji or the tear emoji or whatever. You know, just ignore it and then go on for your day. Find stuff that makes you happy, that makes you smile, that makes you think of interesting things, and engage with those things. And as long as you only engage with things that invoke positive feelings in you, the stuff that invokes negative feelings in you will just go away, because Facebook is driven by engagement. So occasionally during the political seasons, they'll show me ads for Republicans, and I'll be like, no. I do wonder how much changing my gender to non-binary on Facebook is actually going to block me from certain political ads. I kind of doubt it, but it would be funny if it did. Because I'm not exactly a Republican's demographic, if you know what I mean. Like, I wish I could point to the... They are notoriously against pronouns. Though it's funny that their leader, the de facto leader of the party, says nothing about that at all. And yet, he just promotes the mindset that leads everyone to being like that. So here's the dossiers. And I have... no idea whether we're even going to be looking at these in character. Some of these are interesting. But I think the moment that she like starts to realize that these are like based on like they've been canceled biotech research quarterly. Biblically purchased. Men are from Omega, women are from Ilium. This is her being on an iPartner group. I think the moment she might like read this just out of curiosity. But then she just once she like realizes that well, I'll bring her SR2. I'm not sure like when this happened in lore. Granted, she didn't start developing feelings for us until probably after all of this. But yeah, like once she like realizes just how personal this all is, she probably just in lore stop. Because like this is literally private. Look, unless she wants to tell us this herself, which, spoilers, she doesn't really do that anywhere in Mass Effect 2 or 3. Yeah, this is basically her trying to find a partner. And trying to find a partner that meets her particular specifications. Like, she wants to find someone who is maybe as genetically pure as she is. But love is like a red rose that is new sprung. Disconnect. Hey baby, how about a pick? Let's get this. Disconnect. And this is like medical looks clean. Yes. It's like, and then she's like just tells them where to hook up. Like anything I should disconnect. This is the talk of Oriana. I mean, this is cute, I think. Just how much information she's collecting about the boy that Oriana is interested in. You're pasting advice from a Dear Dina column dated 2 weeks ago. Here's the medical correspondence, which we're not in lore looking at. But it's medical center prenatal care department. Test results, patient such and such. It's awesome. As per your request for privacy, this message will be removed from our database upon confirmation of send integrity. Well, we cannot firmly attribute the cause of the benign neoplasm to the irregularity in your genetic makeup. We can confirm that the progressive damage renders you unable to conceive a child. Well, 12% of human women ages 18 to 54 have difficulty getting pregnant or staying pregnant, according to data obtained from the Institute of Species Research. There are many support groups if you wish to discuss your condition, and several options available should you wish to consider the adoption of a child. If you require further consultation, please contact our communication officer. What the heck is a benign neoplasm? Anyway. I know what a benign is, but I don't know. A tumor in a normal mass of cells in the body is caused by cells dividing more than normal or not dying when they should. It would be considered benign or malignant. Okay. I guess I also technically have a benign neoplasm. It's just on my arm. And it's been benign since I was probably a teenager or so. It's basically just a fatty tumor that's on my left arm. Just neither here nor there. Just but yeah, this is probably the second reason why. Like, if Whimsy had been if Whimsy were the type to have actually read this, she would probably invest even more into that company that deals in helping people who cannot normally conceive a child. Now, it probably would not use the exact technology used for conceiving a child between two people of different species. Which I'm going to reiterate here. The idea is that they have a mapping of all the traits of which genes represent which traits in either parent, and they're basically creating a sort of a semi-random combination of. So again, like your nose is a certain shape, so what is the equivalent of a nose being a particular shape in a Quarian? And you don't necessarily get to pick and choose. That would be a little too much like but it's random and kind of it's semi-randomized, and also it's still in the research phase right now at present, I'd say. But the idea would be to use genetic research to create to artificially create a child based on one or both of the parents' on half of each parent's DNA, but it has to be artificial because the DNA is inherently incompatible. So they create half of a DNA by creating by artificially producing, in Whimsy's case, sperm that would basically be Quarian sperm containing a Quarian equivalent of parts of aspects of Whimsy's DNA that represent mostly facial features. Combined with just a template for. And the rest is basically a template. Like a healthy template for an average Quarian. And I think the most you could really deliberately select would be gender. It could also go the other way, where they would, in this case, given that Whimsy is trans, it would be, I'm probably giving too much away, but yeah, you could create like a human child, but it would have to be born by a human mother, so that would require a surrogate. A surrogate that could either match you with, or that you could select yourself from somebody you know. But for obvious reasons, Tali could not actually carry a human child. That's just a recipe for disaster. Anyway. But that company could probably also help Miranda as well. It might require a surrogate. It might require, it could require surgery. I would, it feels a little weird that, like, there wouldn't be a solution. Like, involving, like, clone tissue or something like that. Like, you imagine that kind of science exists somewhere. Because it should just be removing the tumor and repairing the damage. That really shouldn't be the end of it. I think it's the only thing I really want to look at here and talk about. I don't know if we could pick an additional advanced training here, or... What? Huh? Okay, well, I don't need to... I actually hit load instead of save, but Oh, advanced training here is just allowing you to respec a member of your crew. That's a lot of palladium. And there's the extra ship model we can get. Also, by mining company stuff.
How are you doing, Liara?
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. The Shadow Broker had more resources than you can imagine. Here, come on over. He had top-level access to the Turian and Asari governments. And more than one Solarian Dalatros traded intel. At least I get to share it with you.
You're not gonna turn into a recluse with creepy information on everyone in the galaxy, are you?
I can understand the temptation. I've got all the secrets of the galaxy at my fingertips. Give me 10 minutes and I could start a war. But I've got a purpose. Helping you stop the Reapers. That will keep me honest. You know, relatively speaking.
If you're in over your head, we could just crash this thing and walk away.
That's just it. In a way, I feel like I belong here. Working on my own, I was always hunting for leads. With the Shadow Broker's resources, it's about organizing, cataloging. I've got everything, Shepard. This is a dream job. Although, the location could be better.
Have you found anything useful yet?
The Shadow Broker knew about the Reapers. Perhaps that's why he offered to help prove Saren's guilt to the Council.
He didn't want Saren to succeed.
He also knew that the Collectors were Protheans, repurposed to be Harbinger's puppets. There's even some data on the Protheans. I think he knew what was coming and was looking for a way to survive.
Why was he still looking at Protheans? They gave us the warning in the conduit at Ilos, but we've used those.
The Shadow Broker seemed to think there was more out there. Perhaps the Protheans had other plans. Or maybe he was just grasping at anything that offered some hope.
How'd you know what the Shadow Broker was?
I didn't. I had no idea what to expect when we finally found him. But I researched pre-spaceflight cultures during some of my Prothean studies. I know a bit about the Yogg. There's more on the terminals if you want to look. They're a fascinating culture, and a terrifying one.
How's Farron doing?
As well as you'd expect, after 2 years of intermittent torture.
He gonna be okay?
I don't know. He wants to work, so I'm letting him help. Maybe it takes his mind off it.
So, you and Farron
are just friends. I believe you made it clear that I was, as you humans say, taken.
Okay. Might need to retcon that bit of dialogue because this is... That's not the way Whimsy operates. Like, even Tally is technically, at least at this point, free to pursue other people if she wants to. Like, all of our partners are. It's just that once it gets serious, depending on the closeness involved, they need to report in, and we need to make sure that, like, we're cool with that person. And granted, I would understand that the line of becoming serious is can be fuzzy. But still, like, it could be that, like, from Ilara's perspective, she's taken. Because, like, each partner can draw their own boundaries as well. So, like, if they want to be exclusive on their end, they can be, and that's fine. They can change their mind at any point. Because it's kind of a quid pro quo thing. Like, okay, you let me be with other people, I'll let you be with other people if that's what you want. If you decide you want to be exclusive with me, then or well, or the other way around, strike it, reverse it, then that needs to be a discussion, and depending on who you are, it might be a deal breaker. So I do think that like on the tier list, as it were, that I have in my mind, we are, at least at this point, is high up enough that Whimsy would consider it, maybe. But it would have to come to... It would have to be a discussion with all of her higher tier partners, whether or not they're all okay with us effectively breaking up with them.
You know, I didn't come down here just to talk about Data.
Look, about the kiss. We just finished the fight. I miss you, but it's been 2 years. I don't want to put pressure on you.
I've got fond memories of the last time you put pressure on me.
So do I.
Why don't you come to the Normandy for drinks?
I'd like that.
Good. Get your things and come on up.
Okay, thanks. I'll be right there. Just give me a minute.
We had to, like, off-screen roleplay them, like, talking about her thoughts on everyone. Oh, we can't pick which outfit we're wearing? Oh well. I mean, this is a good outfit.
Did you enjoy the tour?
Yes, it's a beautiful ship. And I ran into Joker. He seemed happy to see me. Although he did ask if you and I would be acting out scenes from some vid called Vanya.
Of course he did.
I also spoke with Dr. Chakwas. I'm glad she's doing well. I brought you something. It took some digging, but I recovered your tags.
Which we've had this whole time, according to her outfit that we were wearing.
I thought I'd never see these again.
You can't get back everything you lose, but sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, that was the plan.
How are you actually doing, Shepard? I mean, really. Not what you tell your squad to keep morale up.
But I think that one thing they probably would talk about off screen, because again we can't really talk about polyamory on screen, would potentially be Tally, and just like how serious the relationship with Tally is, and I'm not sure how that would go. Like how honest Whimsy would be about it. I think Whimsy might be. I mean, she is like one trait I say she probably would share with me, or one autistic trait that she would share with me probably would be the being compulsively honest. And she would basically say, like, you know, I try to love all my partners equally, but I like Telly the most. And it's just it's a separate thing, you see. But like, you are an extremely close second. It's practically neck and neck. which might be a slight exaggeration, but not quite a lie.
Between you and me, I have no idea how we're gonna do this. I'm doing everything I can, but...
You've done more than most. There wouldn't be a man, woman, or child left on Horizon, if not for you.
I saved some of them. Not enough. And the collectors will keep hitting colonies until I stop them.
Oh, it's almost 7 o'clock.
So you'll stop them.
And here I thought it'd be difficult.
You'll get the job done. You always do. I just don't know what comes next. So tell me what you want.
What you really
If this
want.
all ends tomorrow, what happens to us?
Death, most likely.
I don't know. Marriage, old age, and a lot of little blue children?
You just say these things. Goddess.
Maybe.
You were dead.
Maybe some.
I got better.
Whatever color Tally is.
This time. But you're going to leave again. When your team is ready, you'll leap through the Omega-4 relay. I spent 2 years mourning you. So if we're going to try this, I need to know you're always coming back.
I don't know. That's a pretty big promise to make.
Oh, is it?
I'd have to have something special to come back to.
I'm open to suggestions.
How about this?
Oh, is this one of the extended scenes? Oh, it is. Okay, maybe. Oh, it is. Like, barely, but...
Thank you, Shepard, for the drinks and everything.
Come back soon, Liara.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
This is from one of the people who was on a. I was on a. The food made me sick. The doctors are helping me now. One doctor knows Jacob. He says that he could tell you this. He could write this for me, but I want to do it. I need to use my words. My words are coming back. I can talk well. Reading is hard, but I'm getting better. I had to get better. Taylor wanted me like this. He wanted my words gone. I had to show him that he lost. I am not weak. He did things to me, but he can't, and he can't now. He can't take away my words. He can't make me not me anymore. Because you and Jacob stopped him. Thank you, Leslie. Okay, let's go and not flirt with Jacob.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
If you want, Commander.
And by talking, I
Silver
mean
says ranks, but it's not the
talking.
Alliance. No rules about fraternization. Your boat, your call. You want to get friendly with everyone? That's your business.
I just want to show an interest in the crew. Let me know if I go too far.
Yeah, that was a bit tight. Sorry. Cerberus makes everyone suspicious. It's how people stay alive. I like you, Shepard. So talk, and we'll see how it goes.
You want to talk about what happened with your father?
I don't really have anything to say about that, Commander. It's done with.
Yeah, I think it's also like if I come up with flirty, no, it's unintentional. I also think that Jacob probably wouldn't be interested at all, even for a strictly romantic relationship. I think, well, considering his words about the juvenile fantasy of a harem, Grant, I'm pretty sure he respects us enough to know that, like, to understand that it is not, like, untoward at all. But it's not something he would probably want to be a part of.
Anyone waiting for you back home?
Only child and no extended family. Never settled down. Didn't seem fair with this job. But you can't miss what you never had.
So you're single? No.
I know you and Miranda work together. I got the impression it might have been more than that.
It got a little close. Then it got really far apart. The rest isn't your business, Commander.
Just looking for insight into her character. I find her interesting.
Right. Can't help you with that, Commander. If I had any idea what made her tick, I'd either be with her or dead. That probably covers all you need to know, really.
Sour grapes?
I think that's enough talking. I appreciate your interest, Commander. I appreciate you dropping it, too.
Okay, I think that's it. We've... I literally just did that. Okay. So, next up, we're probably gonna go after the... we got... AVG tune-up got updated. Sweet. All I wanted to see was this main menu here. Okay. So, we're probably gonna skip over Project Overlord. Like, sorry for people who are a fan of it. It's gonna take too much time. I'd like to try and get to Mass Effect 3 tomorrow evening. Possibly. If not, like, right on Friday. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna get Persona 3 Reload on Friday. I have it sent to my parents' place because I live in a secure apartment that delivery trucks can't always get into. So, and the delivery trucks can't get into my apartment. The delivery drivers can't always get into. And I just don't want to risk it getting held up. So it also depends on is how early in the day it arrives. I'm pretty certain at this point that I'm committed to playing Mass Effect 3 next. With the pace I've been going on, it'll probably take another week or a week and a half to get through it, and that will give time for everyone who's watching the big streamers or whoever they are who are playing the game. I might stand a better chance if I don't start playing it day one anyway. So And hopefully some of you who are watching this right now will, or some of the people I might pick up on along the way who are watching this may be interested in seeing my take on Persona 3. It's going to be interesting because I'm planning on actually doing, or at least attempting to do, Whimsy's voice throughout it, with few exceptions. Like, because I want to do a stream where I'm basically role-playing Whimsy, role-playing the game. I'm role-playing Whimsy playing a role-playing game. It's role-playception. I'm curious as to how long I can maintain Whimsy's voice. But anyway, I'm taking long enough. And take a break of an hour or two. Be back this evening around the usual time. Hopefully no later than like 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Well, we'll see what happens. Until then, there are a bunch of things to do. Take a few seconds of your time, as well as other things that are a bit more involved, including liking, subscribing, donating $1 to Patreon if you feel I'm worth that much. Of course, all of that is entirely up to you. And as always, I thank you for watching. And I've recently learned, because I'm working on a potential artwork for a potential future cyberpunk roleplay, and my character is going to be a rocker girl from a band called the Sayonara Lalas. And when I looked up how to spell sayonara in Japanese, it mentioned the definition of the word, which actually is like goodbye for a long time. Like, I'm not sure I expect you to see you again. So like, saying until next time sayonara is like, taken literally in Japanese is a bit of a misnomer. Would the better thing be a tirashai? Let me. I mean, not many people know the meaning of a tirashai. A tirashai means I'm leaving, or also means see you later. It also would feel a lot more like I'm appropriating Japanese culture. I don't know. You can tell me your thoughts in the comments below about whether or not I should continue saying sayonara or switch to a tirashai. Like, sayonara, it's already appropriated, so it has been appropriated since at least the 90s when I was growing up, so so until next time, sayonara, or a tirashai. See ya. Hopefully. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. This is getting